we go here? Hello, today I have Lily with me, and we are talking about van life. She's going to give a little testimonial on what it was like to work with me. So thank you for joining me, Lily, from the van life. Literally, they just left Florida and they're heading back with the family to Michigan. So Lily and her hubby Clayton and their dog Coco. So they stopped at a dog park. Dog's getting a little dog run, and we're hopping on a call before we might lose reception. So thank you for joining, Lily. I'm just going to walk you through a few questions to talk about what it's like working me as a van life consultant and your experience thus far. So we're making friends camping wherever we go, and Lily is one of them. So question number one would be like, what's your favorite or biggest win while working with me, like kind of like a van life consultant? What's your biggest takeaway that you got over the experience over time?
Well, I can say it's everything because I didn't know much about camping and I mean van life and apps and all those tricks that Vanessa has that she gave me and it helped me a lot. And I enjoy and it make my life easy in the van, driving and exploring.
Yeah.
So I can say most everything. All the tips that you
Wow.
gave me helped me a lot.
Wow. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I want to definitely bring value to my clients. So that's really good to hear. So what does it do for you personally now that you have all this extra knowledge? You've got all these tools in your toolbox to work with. What does it do for your lifestyle, for you personally, your emotions, your feelings?
It gave me more confidence. And one of the things is like now I'm driving. Before, if you asked me if I was gonna drive this van, I would say no, never. But then Vanessa, I hear that I mean, when I met her and she was driving the van, and I was like, oh my gosh, if she can do it, I can do it too. So,
Yes.
and I got, the points, and my husband was hurt when we was coming back to Florida, and I said like, well, I had to do it. So I took the risk, and now I feel more confidence, and it is enjoyable. I
Mm.
like it. I mean, it is about the same. It's a 23 long
Yeah.
van.
So we have very similar vans. Yep.
Yeah, so it is. I'm used to now, when to pass and when to go back to your line. It's like it's excited. I love it now.
That's awesome. And so, yeah, I mean, I
It's
didn't
been
give you
beautiful.
driving lessons really, but we met in the Keys, camping in the Keys.
No,
We were running around at the beach in Key West somewhere. So that's where we met. And I remember, my husband already had met you guys at the beach, and he told me to go
yes.
get the van out of the campground from the military base where we were. And I had to pack everything up, hook up the chairs, put our little front porch away. And he says, "You can do this. I'm on the bike and you need to come meet me here because I met these people and I'm not coming back. You're coming to me." So I had to drive through those little streets, Key West driving, right? Those streets
I
go like they
know.
start like that and then they're like, so yeah, so that was
I
cool. You saw me coming
I
through probably with eyes this big, right? And said, "Oh my gosh, if she can do it, I can do it." So that's all it takes, like
oh,
just seeing somebody else do it and, building that confidence.
and that's what it took also and impressed me. And all the tips that you gave me about all the apps, how to make reservations, like, oh my gosh, I mean, it was helpful uh for camping. We like the primitive camping. Clayton likes the primitive camping, but also it's so nice the hookups. That Bahia Honda, that campground was the first one actually that we got on the hookup. They literally we hook up the van. And after that, I mean, we have both, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I always look for the hookup sometimes because it's nice.
Especially in
And
Florida,
especially
it's
in
hot.
Florida. Yes.
When we leave Florida and we go further north, it's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, so good. You found all the information
Oh,
very useful. Um, okay, one more question before we totally break up here. So, what specifically changed from maybe before you knew me and after you knew me and all of the things you learned with the van life? What changed for you? What shifted?
well, well, like I said, uh, for everything, pretty much, because like I said, you gave me all the tips, girl. And from there, I took off.
Okay.
It was the basic, and you give me that big push. And then now I can, research this and CamNet and, places and apps that you gave me that helped me. It was
Yeah.
like you know, like the start. I don't know if I am explaining myself, but it was the beginning and it was a
Yeah.
big push. And that's what I mean. Uh, it was wonderful because before I didn't know about all the apps, how to do, the reservations and state parks because we are in the upper Michigan and close to
Mhm.
Canada. And then
Mhm.
there is more primitive and it's first gets there first come, right? That's how you say it.
First come, first
Uh
serve. Yes, there's a lot of first come,
yes.
first serve. Yeah.
So that's what I'm used to. So I was not used to do reservations ahead of time or planning ahead of time in some campgrounds, especially
Yeah.
in this area,
And I can,
Georgia and Florida, it's pretty much like that. You have to do it that way.
yep, it's so true. And I commend you because, you're not even Native American. You've married an American. This is English as a second language. So you're coming to the US with a whole different mindset, different culture, and you're just
Oh
jumping
yes.
into the van life. So that's an extra added on layer. So that's what coaching is for. We kind of gently push and guide with a little empowerment, encouragement, and now look at you. You're out there doing it.
You are wonderful. And I can just tell this, you give the right advices and the right things to push the people to do and open up
Yeah.
to
Thank
go for
you.
it.
Yeah, to open up, to live your life, to dream. I say to dream your way to
Yeah,
reality, to charge your soul, not just your cell phone, right? So thank you for
exactly.
sharing that. You're charging your soul right now. I mean, you're always looking alive and in the moment, living the now, and we love that. And I'm always a text away, right? That's something I do with my clients too. You have a question about whatever,
Oh, yes. I
it's
know
a
that.
text away.
Yes,
So
and you always there.
so what would you tell
You
someone
always there.
who's what would you tell somebody who's maybe thinking of hiring me to do some van life consulting? They can do it on their own, maybe slower and do a lot of Google searching, but what would you tell somebody who might be considering having me for, as a service?
Well, I can tell them you can make your life easier if they hire you, then make it a little bit more difficult to start searching and get so frustrated because now trying to Google something, it is so complicated. I mean, the Googling or the researching, it is so complicated, they get so frustrated. So if they hire you, they will make their life easier. That's what
Mm.
I would say. If you want to make your life easier in the van life and love it, hire her
Oh,
for
well,
sure.
thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope we can all meet up at a campground again sometime. I know we didn't even connect much. We've been back and forth crossing Florida. Now you're heading to Michigan again. Is that Coco behind you? We have Coco and
Oh
Clayton
yeah,
around. All right.
yeah.
Hi,
Oh,
Clayton.
there she
He's
is.
ready to go. There's Coco. All right. He's getting ready. He's dusting off the feet. All right, Lily, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. And we will be in touch by
Uh,
text and keep in touch.
okay, you too. Say hi
Bye,
to Rod
dear.
from me.
I sure
Bye.
will. Bye.